Hello and welcome to the Gojenn podcast. I'm Gojenn, your hostess, and this is episode 134, I think. Let me check. Let me check my book, because my book knows everything. So, okay, I had to sneeze, sorry. But you're glad that I didn't, because you would have hurt your ears. Today is November the 12th, 2017, and this is episode 135. So, yesterday was Veterans Day in the U.S. Friday was the holiday that my company gave us. Since it was on a Saturday, we got to take Friday off. And I took a personal day on Thursday, so I would have a 4-day weekend. And gosh, it has been absolutely fabulous. I love my 4-day weekends. I would really like to have a 7-day weekend nonstop. So, but so far I'm still liking to eat. If I could get over that, I'd be doing really good. For sure. So I recorded a little snippet looking at Lucky and Bella because my crafting this week included sweaters for each of them. So I'm going to try to put that in right here. Okay. There's Bella in her new sweater. Here's Lucky in his new sweater. How is that? Bella was asleep and I woke her up. She has her own pillow on the bed. Yes. I think that her sweater reminds me of a roll of Lifesavers. Yeah. Lucky. Lucky has a Chewy, so his sweater used the extended single crochet stitch, which loses all effect on the solid colors. It would be much better if it were variegated or something. And here's the blanket square that I finished this week. So that is I did do some crafting this week. Yay me. All right, here we go. Okay, so you should have seen their sweaters and how sweet they look in them. My other crafting was to start a Fortunes shawlette, which is a Ravelry pattern, a free pattern. It is on Ravelry, I said that. It is by Tamara Kelly, also known as Moogly, Moogly. She writes very good patterns, simple, easy to follow. This is a take on a corner to corner blanket because you do work corner to corner, but you add in a chain stitch to make it lacier. And I am working this sock weight yarn on a J hook, so it's coming out very lacy indeed. And I am using Deborah Norville Collection Serenity sock weight, and this is in the teal tees colorway, because you have that little pop of teal in it. So this is probably a Christmas gift, and I really like it because it's, you know, it's like the corner to corner Afghan. It's very simple, easy to memorize, even with putting in an extra chain stitch to give it a little bit more lace effect. I think it's beautiful. So I think what I'm going to do is go until this is a ball of sock yarn. How many grams? 50 grams, so it's 230 yards. I'm planning on just going until this is out. There is an edging, so I'm going to have to stop somewhere close to the end and then do the edging, because it looks to me like that adds a lot to the piece. So yay! I know I've been a while without really doing anything but blanket squares, and then I just decided, hey, make something else. So I decided I made the two dog sweaters, one for Bella and one for Lucky, And then I had some of that yarn left over, so I made the blanket square that I showed you in the clip. And then it was like, well, now what? And so I'm making that shawlette. It's not going to be a full, huge shawl. It's just going to be a little kind of scarfette. I like that. You don't have all the weight of a big shawl, and it's not always falling. You know, you can take it and put the long end in the front and twist the backs over and just let them drop, and that'll keep it on. So, yay me. What else did I want to tell you about? Books. Because I have been reading quite a bit while I have been crafting and while I have been arting. So, let me see. I finished what I was reading the last time I talked about it, which was The Wheel of Time. Where are my notes? The Eye of the World, sorry, by Robert Jordan, which is the first in the Wheel of Time series. It did not end the way I anticipated. I was close, but so I'm okay not watching or not listening to another episode right now, and they're very long books. So what I did was they just recently on Audible came out with a full cast production of American Gods by Neil Gaiman. And I thought I had read it, but I'm not remembering any of this as I've been listening to it. So it's just been wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I love the different voices. And there's not that many different characters, very few characters. But you get more personality and you know, feeling from them when you hear them speak in a different voice from the narrator. So anyway, I'm really enjoying that. So I'm listening to that on Audible. I am reading for the month of November. I chose the second in the Hugh Howey Persona trilogy. This one is Mollified and the Land of Light. I read part of it, like the first half of it, when I had Kindle Unlimited for the free month. And then my month was up and I didn't decide to pay for it. So I had only read half of it, and then I realized I could borrow it for free for the month for a month. So I'm doing that. It's not great literary fiction. It's nowhere near as good as Hugh Howey's his series Wool. If you haven't read that, I strongly recommend that. That is really good. Kind of a dystopian future or past, or you don't really know. So that's been really interesting. And so what else have I been doing? I've been arting. And I don't want to ever say that I have been working on art, because I've worked my entire life and playing with my paints and my markers and my colors and paper and stamps and cutting out things, and that is not work. I know work. Yeah. And this is play, and I am loving it more than I can have imagined. And I did a piece yesterday. I'll show you. I'm going to have to do a little slideshow of photographs because I've gotten everything all packaged up ready to mail swaps. But I did a piece of a tree for November with no leaves, you know, and it just looks, and I was amazed. It was one of those things when I was working on it, I was in the zone, not really thinking, just doing. And then when I stopped to say, well, does it need anything else? I went, don't touch it. It's perfect. I was so impressed with myself. I hope you will be too. So that should be up in the slideshow at the end of the video, whichever is the end, I don't know. So I told you about my books, binging, and just so you know, when you write binging, it looks like binging. I don't know what a binging is, but that's what it looked like, because I wrote down binging, and then I thought, that's binging. And then I couldn't figure out how to, so anyway. See, it's things like that that take my brain 2 or 3 minutes to work through. And I'm totally off in some other tangent by the time I come back. So I was binging. I told you about watching Mind Hunters on Netflix. And I dearly loved that. That was fabulous, to the point that I was almost angry at it when I was done, because it's over for until the second season comes out. So I've started watching Stranger Things. Everybody tells me how good that is, so I am watching that, but I haven't let myself get into it really well. I've been trying to catch up on some podcasts too, so while I crochet or whatever, try to. I don't really like to listen to something while I'm trying to paint or create. That sounds so much more than I'm doing. I'm playing. So I usually just have music on then, because I don't want the word part of my brain to be interfering with my art part of my brain. I don't know which is left and right. I'm the number person and the word person, and so I have to completely change gears to get into the other side when I'm doing my art. And I'll say art, playing at my art. I just listen, something like Pandora, change it up. This coming week, I have absolutely nothing planned. Nothing, except on Thursday, I have to pick up my grandson from school and bring him home. Other than that, I just have a go to work, come home, go to work, come home week. And sometimes that's good, because then I'll have time to crochet and art and read and do whatever else I want to do. So the week after that, of course, is Thanksgiving here in the U.S. So, and it's my husband and I, it will be our 6th wedding anniversary on the 22nd. And then I'm not sure what day Thanksgiving's on, so we'll just see. But so that'll be a nice week. So I was off 2 days this week. I have to work a whole week, and then I'll be off on Thursday. And then I have to go to work on Friday. It's like Thanksgiving, thanks for nothing. You got to come to work on Black Friday, which I don't ever go shop on Black Friday, but still. At any rate, have you got fun stuff planned for this week? Are you going to do something fun? I hope so. And if not, I hope you have a nice, calm week with no upsets or nothing sad or angry, that you just breeze right on through. And then, of course, until I see you next week, I wish you nothing but love and laughter.